This is Matt with Vignettes Piano, and I'm going to show you how to play Let It Be by the Beatles. We're in the key of C today, the same as the record. I want to show you two things first before we get started. Listen to what happens on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Again. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. This hit on beat 4 really moves the song along and adds energy. Remember that. Second, let's look at the walk down. It's a 2-note walk down, but we always include the C. Here's the lower version again. See how I'm holding the C with my pinky? I'm going to play it without the C. It doesn't sound right. With that out of the way, let's start. Here's the intro, which is also the verse form. It starts with a C. Look at the high note here. Then a G. Look at the high note again. A minor. Down to an F. This walk down is important. Also, the melody in the right hand, this E to D melody, is important. Then we go back to a C and a G. Then the walk down. I'll play it slowly. Remember, the high notes of each chord are really important. And here comes a walk down. Now, we just play the same thing for the verse. With the lower walk down. There's one more thing that happens every time in the verse. It's coming up here. 3, 4, and 1. He hits that C on the end of 4, 3, 4, and 1. Here it is at normal speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Let's just keep working through the verse. Here it is one more time. And that's the verse. Now the chorus. A minor. C with a G in the bass. F and C. C, G, and then the walk down. The first chorus is just one time through. Here it is again. Okay, now to the second verse. There's one small change on the last chord of the verse. Everything else is just the same. One more time. Okay, here comes a slight change. Boom, boom, boom. We walk down to the next chorus. Watch this walk down again. That extra chord is a G with a B in the bass. Here's the chorus again, one more time. Now we're coming up to the break. Here it is. It's the walk down. Now these chords. Again. Let's look at that break. First, the walk down, and now these chords. B flat, F over A, G, F, and C. Again, watch the top notes here. And that's the break. Next is the solo, but it's the verse form. You already know that. One more time, maybe a bit bigger. Now we have a short chorus, one time through. Walk down. After that, we go back to a soft verse with an interesting detail in the second half. The first half is normal. And then we repeat. Listen to this. Here it comes, right here. I'll play it again. On the A minor, right here. Now, some say it's intentional, others say it's a mistake. This diminished chord over the A. It seems like he reached for the A minor, hit just above it, but quickly corrected. Either way, it's in the record, so that's how we'll learn it. If you've never noticed this, take a listen to it. It's interesting. And now the final chorus. And remember your dynamics. I'm playing louder here because it's the last chorus. One more time. A little stumble there. And now another walk down for the ending. That's Let It Be by the Beatles. What would it feel like not just to learn something new, but to actually shift your thinking when it comes to the piano? I want to invite you over to vignettspiano.com for lessons that go a bit deeper. If you're stuck or just need a new perspective, I'll teach you approaches and techniques that I've learned from over 20 years as a studio player. The lessons are short and focused with an emphasis on musicality. Go to vignettspiano.com for more. what would it feel like not just to learn something new, but to actually shift your thinking when it comes to the piano? I want to invite you over to vignettspiano.com for lessons that go a bit deeper. If you're stuck or just need a new perspective, I'll teach you approaches and techniques that I've learned from over 20 years as a studio player. The lessons are short and focused with an emphasis on musicality. Go to vignettspiano.com for more.